Hey y'all, it's Tuesday. Talk Back Tuesday in full effect. And I am here in Phoenix. I just came back from a long week and weekend with my family. Stopped in Oakland first, spent some time in San Francisco, and then to Sacramento to be with my family for my nephew's birthday. And then Sunday was my daddy's birthday. And anytime we honor one of my daddy's milestones, his death anniversary, his birthday, I kind of get reflective, right? And this weekend, I was reminded of my why. So on this Talk Back Tuesday, I want to ask you, what's your why? So I really thought about it as I was hanging out with my friends this weekend. You know, the Bay, whew, it'll try you with the walking, child. It's a lot of walking, a lot. And when I lived there before, I was always huffing and puffing, but that's because I was out of shape. Like, I was able to go up and down the stairs, walk to and from the bar with ease. My friend and I walked around San Francisco and walked and talked and talked and walked, and I didn't even feel it. Now the next day, I was like, why am I sore? But it's because I was moving about. But I did it with such ease. That's my why. That's why it's important for me to eat well. That's why it's important for me to keep my appointments at the gym with Coach and to get my other days in. That's why it's important for me to keep accountability with my Sweat Check family. Because my quality of life has changed tremendously because I've lost weight, because I'm active, and surgery was the tool for that. I never discount that because I never want y'all, to miss that part. Y'all know me, I'm not going to discount it because that was the tool. So I never want to, mislead you. But after surgery, keeping my life on track and keeping my healthy habits on track have been so important to me, again, because of quality of life. Now, speaking of which, my niece's birthday was last month, and some of the kids needed help getting up in the bounce house, and I'm like, just shuffling kids. And she was like, oh, don't worry. One of the little kids was kind of, timid about me picking her up. And she's like, don't worry. My auntie's strong. She works out a lot. She goes to boxing. And for me, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, my nieces can say that I'm pretty. They can say a lot of things about me. But to hear her say that I'm strong, it registers to her that I'm healthy. And I'm like, that's a light flex. No, it's a big flex that she sees that her auntie works out and is trying to take care of herself. And a big part of this transformation for me has been driving it home to my nieces that it's been about quality of life, not vanity. So to hear her say that says that she's listening and she took in the proper message, and then we sent the proper message as a family and me as an individual and as her auntie. Now, fast forward to my nephew's birthday party. It was such a success. My brother-in-law and my sister put together such a fun time for all of us. But there was a water slide full of kids. And, I'm shuffling kids there, too. Like, they sliding up, and I'm catching them, and we dunking in the water. And we're just having a good time, and I'm not tired. And then the moment comes that my sister says, we're getting on. The adults are getting on. So my sisters run up. They've never had to think about it. And I was like, I don't have to think about being too heavy to get on the water slide. Like, we're clearly in pounds too heavy, but I could fit in this little tunnel and pull myself up and play and splash about and do childlike things with the kids, with my sisters, because I've been putting in the work. Little things, getting on the airplane, walking down the aisle in the airplane, getting on last, sitting in the middle. All of that stuff is stuff I used to have to think about, and that's my why. Now, y'all, I was even able to fit in a fort that my little homie Deanie made. That's my little baby boo. And I was playing airplane with him and getting in the little tiny crawl space of his fort. I couldn't do that before. Feel me? Again, y'all know I'm very transparent with you. When I come back from Sacramento, I always go through this state of sadness and grief. I miss my family. I love the community that I've built here in Phoenix. I have friends all over the, United States because I've lived in so many different places. But at the end of the day, my family is my family and home is home. And so when I get back, I'm sad. So today I made a decision. I didn't cancel, I rescheduled my appointment because I was also just really tired. We had a long weekend. But I was like, Charity, you have to keep the commitment to yourself and go to boxing, because guess what? You're going to be sad if you don't go work that energy out of your body. Honor it. I miss my family. I wish I was closer to them. And so what I'm learning is that I can honor what I'm feeling. I'm sad. I miss home. I miss my family. But I can also take care of myself and do what I need to do to stay on track. Because in the past, I would have come home, I'd have been sad, I would have laid in bed all day, probably laid there some more tomorrow, and then one day becomes 2 days, becomes 3 days that I haven't worked out. I've seen some folks on my timeline talking about, you know, having some summertime blues or whatnot, and, you know, being depressed. And it's okay. It really is okay to, you know, take a time out and say, you know what, I just need to feel this. I'd also like to encourage you to feel it, honor it, hold space for it, and then do something about it. Try. Reach out to a friend. You know, go for a walk. It's hot as hell depending on where you live, so I don't know what kind of walk, but like do something, physical activity or whatnot. So I came to boxing today, and coach greeted me. He said, Champ, how you doing? I said, I'm sad, I miss home, but I'm also happy to be back. I wish all my people that I love could be just in one space, because I missed him and I miss boxing. But now I miss my little crying nephew waddling around the house and laughing with my sister and, you know, talking mess with my brother-in-law and my cousins, and like being able to just pull up on my friends in Oakland. But like also, you know, I miss my friends here in Arizona while I was in Sacramento. It's a whole thing. But that's the other thing. My why is that I love quality of life. I live in Arizona because I came here for work. That's another one of my whys, is that Charity, you make the sacrifices to do what you need to do to live your dream and to, you know, make the money that you make so that you can have the lifestyle that you have, and you have the privilege of like flying back and forth to see your family and friends and hanging out. Now, on that note, the career part is up in the air. You know, right this minute has not been renewed for season 12. So I don't know where I'm going to wind up. I don't know what God has for me next. But again, what's the why? The why is living on purpose and walking in purpose. And I chose this career path because I love storytelling, and I love telling people stories, and I love meeting new people, and I love giving a voice to the voiceless. So what am I saying to you? Is that I try to keep front and center what my why is. I work out even when I don't want to, when I'm sad, when I'm tired, when I'm just like, oh gosh, he's gonna kill me today, because I love the benefits of working out. I love being able to run and play with my nieces. I love being able to wear what I want to wear. I love not having to think about sitting where I'm gonna sit on the airplane. I love being able to just go and just have fun and live in my body and just feeling healthy and strong. Why did I choose this career? Why do I live where I live? Because I love it. It doesn't mean that it's always going to be easy. It's going to come with hardship and trials and tribulations and, you know, fear of the unknown and all of it. But it's worth it. And so when things get hard or trying, or I'm questioning my decisions, or I'm discouraged, or I don't know, name the emotion, I come back to the why. The why is my health. The why is my strength. The why is my family. The why is leaving a legacy, building family wealth, and my nephew. The why is being able to help other people in their time of need. All of these things mean that I have to show up for me and you. Because let's be honest, y'all show up for me. My community, my friends, my family, y'all show up for me. So I have to position myself to show up for you as well. So y'all are accountable to me. I'm accountable to you. I'm my why. Y'all are my why. I have a lot of reasons why I do what I do on a daily basis. So anyway, just some reflection from the weekend. And I ask you, what's your why? What gets you up out of bed in the morning? What keeps you going when you want to quit? What drives you to do better and be greater in the world? Also, as you know, season 2 of Grow We Need to Talk is up of course, on YouTube. Anywhere you consume your podcast, you can listen to it as well. The women featured in season 2 are warriors, and they have found their why as well. So y'all be easy. I love you. Take care.